What is going on YouTube? Another big match from JD's NerdVerse. My name is JD. We are diving into this today with a playthrough of Paris / Parasect. Today I'm going to go over the stats, go over the moves, and I'm going to prediction, and then we're going to have a playthrough. Cool? Let's dive into this. So, Paris, top left corner, that's Paris' stats. 35 HP, 70 attack. Not actually a bad stat for a first stage Pokemon. Defense is 55, special is also 55, and speed is 25. So very slow Pokemon, very low health. Kind of like Diglett, but Diglett has excellent speed. Parasect, the health goes up 60, the attack goes up to 95, defense goes to 80, special goes up to, it's kind of small, 80, and speed is 30. So very slow Pokemon, doesn't get a lot faster. Hopefully its moveset actually helps us out a little bit more. And, I mean, it's okay. It could be definitely a lot worse, but it's not very great. So, if you stick with Paris, the level up moveset is the level listed here. Scratch, Spore, Sunspore, Leech Life, Spore, / Growth. And those are the levels you get it if we don't evolve into Paris. If we evolve into Parasect, the levels change. I think we evolve into Parasect around like level 22 or 21 or something. So, yeah, so level 30 for Spore would be what it is for Parasect, and level 39 for Slash, and then 48 for Growth. We probably won't use Growth. It usually actually is a pretty good move. If we just used their moves, it'd be fantastic to have that. But we have access to Swords Dance, which is going to be a lot better for our attack. So Swords Dance, Body Slam, Takedown, Double Edge, Hyper Beam, Mega Drain, Solar Beam, Dig. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Mimic would be a decent one. Bide maybe could come in handy. So those are our moves for this playthrough. There's definitely a path here to get through the game. Just about managing the moves and not deleting the wrong move and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's going to be exciting to play through as this. Let me get to the rules and I'll get to my prediction. The rules are only play through with Paris in battle. The only exceptions is catching other Pokemon. Sometimes you need to catch Pokemon to get through the game. In this game, I don't really think I'm going to have that issue. I'm just going to catch a Spearow, trade it for a Dux or a Farfetch, and Farfetch will have the ability to just cut and fly. So that'll solve that problem. Running clock with 3 exceptions. The 3 exceptions are, first exception is when we go to Nintendo Surge's gym, we pause timer until we find all the buttons and then unpause when we're about to fight him. Second one is sometimes we get over encumbered with stuff and I pause the timer to do errands. Run to the store, buy this, go get Fly, go get Psychic if we need to. Take some time, pause it, just take the time to do that, but once we're back to fighting the gym leaders or going to Team Rocket, we kick that, turn that timer right back on. No glitches or exploits. You can't use the Pokédoll glitch to get through the Pokemon Tower. Can't use the Missing Go glitch to duplicate items. The Badge Boost glitch is the only one I really use because it's something that's a mechanic in the game that you can't help. And then it's going to happen regardless. So, and no items in battle. Not really having it do that very much, but I did have a playthrough. I used it once, and I was like, that's a little disingenuous. Let's make it so no items in battle. So my prediction for this, we've done this enough that I know how to get through certain parts of the game. The first gym is going to be brutal. So I'm going to go back to the moveset real quick. The first gym, we literally only have Scratch and Stun Spore. So I don't think we win that battle until we get Leech Life. I really don't. So what I'm gonna do is just grind until I get the level 20. It's gonna help a lot. We'll skip a couple battles. But once we get to Misty's gym area and get Dig, we're gonna be fine after that. It's getting to that's gonna be the question. How fast can we do that? And how good are we going to be? Because we're going to get Dig and Body Slam within very close proximity to each other. So yeah, moveset's going to be good. It's just getting to those moves. That's going to be a good part. And then the game's going to open up for a while, and then we're going to have a tough go at the end. So at the end we have, probably about the second half of the middle part of the game. We have Blaine, we have, which we're weak to. We have Koga, which we're weak to. We have our rival, who has Bird-type Pokemon. He has Charizard with Flamethrower. So that's going to be tough. And then we also have the Psychic Gym. I don't think Psychic Gym is going to be too tough, but it can be tough. Let's just say that. So, yeah, there's definitely some struggles here. And then we got the Elite Four. And this Pokemon has some good things about it. It definitely has some nice things. It can definitely use some moves that wouldn't usually be able to move in other generations, or other Pokemon that should be able to. Like, for example, I don't know why Otters can't use Dig. It's a plant. It digs in the ground. It literally roots itself. But the problem with this Pokemon is because of its typing, it has some really bad disadvantages. Fire type, flying type, poison type, water. I think it's a bug ground. I think is what it is technically. So there's a lot of disadvantages to this Pokemon. So I do think we're going to persevere and get through it. I think it's going to be close to a 1 hour and 55-minute run. I've done enough of these to think I might be able to like have it not be as bad as some runs have been. But we'll see how it goes. But I think we can get through it. We have access to some pretty decent moves that can definitely help us in the end game.
What is going on, YouTube? Another video coming at you from JD's NerdVerse. You already saw the prediction part of this video. We're going to play through today as Paris. Go ahead and watch this battle as Paris, or as I nicknamed him, Hilton. You should get that joke. Is fighting through and playing Charmander. Charmander mix in a couple growls here and there, so we end up getting knockout with more than half our health back. So very, very impressive first battle against the Pokemon War Week 2. So, Paris. A couple things about Paris early in this game. Early in the game, we are weak to birds and bugs. It's very weird. We're a bug ourselves, but the fact that we have the grass typing makes us weak to fellow bugs. And the fact that we're bug and grass makes us weak to birds like Pidgey and Spearow. So, early in the game, we're really just going to want to try to fight Rattatas, maybe, until we get a high enough level where we can knock out Metapause without them using 9 or 10 hardens on us. So, early in the game, that's the strategy. Avoid fighting Pidgeys until we're high enough level to two-shot them. They're going to do more damage to us. And Rattatas are the strategy to go early, because you can get a lot more damage done. They'll do less damage to you. You'll level up a little bit faster. Paris is not in like a super fast level. It's not not the slowest, but it's not a fast level up move group by any stretch. We don't level up on the first battle with our rival, which means we're a little bit in a slower tier of leveling up. Okay, so that's the strategy. We want to avoid fighting Weedles. That's one of the big strategies as well. Not so much in the wild Pokemon arena, but when it comes to actually fighting early. There are 3 Pokemon trainers early that have Weedles. One has a Weedle and a Caterpie, one has a Weedle, Kakuna, and a Weedle, and one has a level 9 Weedle. So this is the first battle with the bug trainers. It's not very complicated. It's not very difficult. Once you get past the Weedle, it's a 2-hit knockout. You see how much damage that does. We are 4 levels higher, and look how much damage that does. It did 10 damage. Whereas the Caterpie, who does not have a poison move, only gets about 2 damage done every time. So we get the knockout. But just so you know, that's a struggle that I had early, was figuring out when to face. Because actually, there's the other bug train, not this one, but the other one, I faced a couple times, and he actually beat me. So that one did 13 damage. That one does 14 damage. And if he'd have gone for Poison Sting, we'd have been knocked out, but we get a little bit lucky there. We'll take the luck as much as we can with this kind of run. Now we're facing off against the Weedle, Kakuna. They're making a nice Kakuna sandwich here. It's Weedle. Luckily, we are just way higher level at this moment, so we 2-hit that one. Kakuna is, I believe, a 5-hit. So there's 2. Trying to, I think that's 3, 4. That's a 3-hit, 4-hit, 5-hit. So it's a 5-hit, and then the last Weedle standing, we are, like I said, it's 2-hit knockout, so we just gotta be able to knock him out 2 hits, not take a lot of Poison Stings. 3 Poison Stings would probably knock this out. So now we're facing the Million Light Years trainer in Brock's gym. The reason why we're facing him is because he will be a little bit easier than our rival. We have a Diglett. Diglett's level 11. It's weak to us because we are grass type. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but... And now we're facing the Sandshrew. The whole point in Sandshrew, we just paralyze it because it'll just sand attack us forever. But we use Scratch. We get the win. Take a little bit of damage, but not a lot. Level 16, we're going to go face our rival. The rival is tough because the rival has a Pidgey, which we're weak to, and he has a Charmander, which we're weak to. So the goal here is just Stun Spore the Pidgey, prevent him from using Sand Attack. So hopefully it's a 2-hit. It's a 2-hit. And now, Charmander's not hard because Charmander doesn't have any fire moves. He doesn't have Ember until level 9. So he's a good, easy one. But that Dirty Bird Pidgey is really tricky. And now we're facing the trainer Brock and Wakanda Forever. And what we want to do here is first we want to get through the Geodude. The whole goal is to get through the Geodude as fast as possible with as much health as possible. And yes, I did level all up to level 20. I saw a playthrough by J-Rose11. He initially was going to try level 20, tried every level. 19, he was able to get through the battle one time. But I thought, at 20, I'll get Leech Life. It'll be super, super helpful. So let's just do that. And like I said, my playthroughs, we have a running clock. So we can't battle and keep trying that battle over and over again. It's going to eat up a lot of time on the clock. So I was like, you know what? Pick a point. Let's get to that point, and then we'll fight this rival. Fight this gym leader. So that's what I did. And the whole strategy here is you played the Bide game. The Bide game is very simple. You choose his Bide. You try not to use an actual attacking move with him at all. And the whole point of that is the Bide will do nothing, and you want to paralyze. Brock has 4 heals per Pokemon. So once he runs out of them, you'll get him paralyzed, and you can Leech Life yourself back to a victory. Okay. So this area of the game is not very difficult, but we just don't have any good moves. Our best move right now is still Scratch. Leech Life is not bad because it will replenish health, but Scratch is more effective against a bunch of other Pokemon. We fight a lot of birds, and we fight a lot of bugs here. So Leech Life isn't going to do anything against birds or bugs. Okay, and Scratch is a neutral. It's a normal type, so it does a little bit more than either one of those two, than Leech Life. And so the only other move we can really add this early in the game is Bide. So we're not adding Bide at all. We're not using Bide. I don't even think we used it one time. I think it was there just in case we ran out of moves or something, power points. But being the fact that we're level 21, a lot of these Pokemon that we're fighting are 1 hits or 2 hits. They're not as complicated as they could be. They could be much more complicated, but over leveling definitely rectified that. So there's a lot of playthroughs you get where a lot of trainers or a lot of Pokemon they have to over level to beat Brock. It's just the way it is. Like if you play through Pikachu, we had to play through Pikachu until level 20 something. We had to. We didn't have much of a choice. We had no attacking moves other than Quick Attack, and it's just luck at that point. And in my playthroughs, you can't always rely on luck because you can't just wait till there's luck, except maybe in the end of the game. But you can't do that early because you'll just eat up so much time. And we're not doing bad on time. This is 40 minutes in. That's way quicker than Zubat was. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit quicker than... Not quite as quick as Oddish was, but Oddish came across even bigger struggles here because Oddish only had Absorb, and again, Bird, Bugs, and had no other attacks other than Absorb. So Bide was actually really well used with Oddish. We're fighting these battles. Pidgey, like here's how good like we are of being over level. Pidgey's a one-shot. And I know I'm fighting all the battles here. You don't have to, but I am because I am aware of the fact that this Pokemon's stats are not going to be its friend later in the game. We're going to have bad stats. It's going to be very difficult to overcome that. So having a little bit extra levels will overcome that. And its moveset, which I've already gone over, is also another thing that can overcome that a little bit. Not quite as much as other Pokemon. Not quite like Nidoking or Nidoqueen or Clefable. But the moveset we have is definitely good enough to win the game. You just got to have a higher level to be able to match up against some of the Pokemon you're facing. So we just got to beat this Jigglypuff, and then we go to Mount Moon. Mount Moon absolutely had nothing there for us. Some experience, that's it. There's nothing there for us except for maybe the Dome Fossil. All hail the Dome Fossil. In this battle, I thought might be tricky. This was tricky for both Zubat and for Oddish. But for Paris, it's not very tricky. Scratch is a 2-hit knockout for both Pokemon. I think it was a 1-hit for the Rattata. And now we're fighting this super duper nerd who's not wanting to share the fossils. So Grimer, this guy can be tough because Grimer is a poison type and so is Coughing. So, and I pause here for dramatic effect. What will I do? What will Paris do in this thing? He's gonna have Scratch. We have nothing else to use. So Scratch, and all these are being 2 hits. And then there's the final Pokemon Coughing, which I believe he poisoned us right here. Yeah, Smog. And that could be bad. That could be very, very tricky. But we get the knockout here, and after we get the knockout, we use the antidote so we don't faint. Technically, we have another Pokemon if we did faint, but we can't faint. So Dome Fossil, technically the rule says if you're knocked out in battle, you have to reset or black out. Not if you knock out being poisoned on the go. So now we're in Misty's gym, and I honestly didn't anticipate fighting Misty, but I blasted through both of her trainers very easily, very, very easily. So I thought to myself, you know what? I'll just give Misty a shot. I'll give the water gym leader a chance right here. She's not going to use anything good. Here's why. We're considered grass type. So she won't use water gun or bubble beam. Neither one of those, and I'll go over here in a minute of why I'm not evolving Paris. Neither one of those are going to be moves that Goldeen or even Misty is going to do, because we're considered grass and they know that water is not effective against grass. So rather than using that's just like Goldeen views us as grass, so she's using a bug type. She's using Supersonic. So now we're facing Misty, and Misty, the gym leader in a bikini, uses X defend, scratch, doesn't do a lot. Leech Life replenishes all the damage that she does with tackle, and we get the knockout. So there's nothing major she can do. I think actually Bubble Beam would do more, but the AI doesn't see it that way. I think the Bubble Beam would actually physically do more because it's just a more powerful move than tackle. So we get Stun Spore finally. It's to help us go first because she does outspeed. Starmie's a very fast Pokemon. Paralyze takes away that priority. And then one more, and we get the knockout pretty handily. Defeated her pretty handily. We level up again. We don't actually evolve here. And after our rival fight, I'll explain why we're not evolving. So now we have our rival. The big crux with our rival is getting past the Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto will Sand Attack, and Sand Attack, and Sand Attack, and Sand Attack. So you don't want to actually have Sand Attack super affect you. So paralyze him. And I think honestly with us, he's prioritizing Gus because that's what the AI tells him. We can replenish all of our health with Abra because he is psychic and we have a bug move. And honestly, we can get most of it back with Rattata as well. But then we get to Charmander. And Charmander can be tough because Charmander has Ember. However, we are not having too many issues because we are such higher level and he doesn't even get an attack off. Now, let me explain why I'm not evolving Paris right now. If you look at the moveset from the beginning, the moveset changes when you get a move if you evolve too early. So I think Paris is set to evolve at level 24 or something like that. If you evolve at level 24, when you get certain moves, it gets pushed back by a couple levels. For example, I think at 29 is when we get Spore. Spore is 100% accuracy sleeping move in Gen 1. It's the only one there is. There's Hypno, there's Hypnosis, there's Sing. So there's a couple other ones in Sleep Powder, but this one is the only one that's 100% accuracy. That's why it's a good move to have. However, if you push back when your evolution, you'll get it at level 29. If you evolve, you'll get it at like level 35 or something like that. So it pushes that back. So if you're seeing me evolve, I skip over the evolution and stop it just for now. And there's one other move I could have done the same thing for. Actually, it's two other moves I could have done the same thing for. But I don't, and I'll explain that right now. So there's another move out there, and I'm just holding myself in suspense. So now we get Sport, level 27. Okay, so I was wrong. It wasn't 29. So now we get level 27. We should get rid of Bide. Very good. And now we have 100% actually sleeping move. So this will help us avoid getting damage. We can put someone to sleep and then knock them out without taking damage back. This will drastically help our ability not having to go back and heal at the Poke Center. So that's one of the big things about this. And shortly after this, I leveled up because there's two other moves you can get after this: Slash, and I think the other one is Growth. But Slash is kind of pointless because we have Body Slam, we're gonna have Dig, and we need to use another move. Beyond that, we're gonna have three moves we need to use later in the game, and Slash is just gonna be one. It's gonna remove one of those moves, and I can't get the move back in Gen 1. So there's no point in getting that one. The other one is Growth. Growth is actually very good because it'll up your defense, it'll up your attack. But I think a better move is available that we're gonna use than Growth. So there's no point in withholding my evolution to get those two moves sooner when I'm not even going to use them very long if I use them at all. So yeah, we're at the point. We're at the end of Nugget Bridge. We're going to fight, and like I said, the earliest part of the game, we're almost at an hour, 55 minutes. We're just getting to the end of Nugget Bridge. A lot of that was to get through some tough trainers early, and also a lot of it was the fact that we had to get through tough trainers with very little moves. Now, I've mentioned this before, that this game you snowball, and what that means is you gain momentum when it comes to moveset, with evolutions, things like that. We are about to get that to happen right now. We just got Spore. Okay. Now we're fighting this Team Rocket member who has Dig. Paris can learn Dig. When I play through with any other playthrough, I always have a Paris and I use it, teach it Dig, so I can dig out of place if my Pokemon can't learn it. So it's a very useful move. It's a 80 base power, 100% accuracy, 80 base power move in Gen 1. Very nice move. Love it. You can't use it on Pidgeys, but I love it. So now we have these 3 Pidgeys. These 3 Pidgeys are very tough because one can sleep attack or put a sand attack you, and then you can miss the rest of them. But I think the game prioritized that we're a bug, so we need to go for an attacking move. So I think that's how we get the win here. And I go ahead and let him evolve now. By the way, it's the worst picture of Paris I've ever seen. Or Parasect, I should say. The one I have to the right there is not. So Spearow can be tough. He has Peck, but we knock it out 1 hit. And Eradicate, we eradicate the Eradicate after 1 hit. So very good. So that's how powerful Dig is. We would take some more damage without Dig. Or put him to sleep, I guess. But so now we have our 4th rival fight. Okay? So we're going to go for the 1 hit. We get 2 hit knockout. We get no lowering of speed. Very good. Or accuracy. 1 hit knockout. Very good. Kadabra, let's use Leech Life. Let's get some of that health back. 1 hit knockout. Very good. Is Charmeleon going to be a 1 hit? So we're going to dig. We take a little bit of damage. But is it a 1 hit? It is a 1 hit. Very good. So now we're moving on. We beat our rival. Now we're going to face Lieutenant Surge. The first 3 gyms are not... The first 4 gyms in this game are not hard at all. You have an advantage with Leech Life over... you have a typing advantage over Rock. You just don't have a move advantage. But in Misty, you have a typing advantage because she'll use no effective move at all. She'll use Tackle, and you can just outlast her. And then you have Lieutenant Surge, who you have Dig, so it's very effective against this Pokemon, and you just don't take a lot of damage. So there's one big battle in Rock Tunnel I like to go over with people. This kind of epitomizes how good or bad this run can be. And in this case, it doesn't epitomize that because it's a very not great representation of how the game can and cannot be. So we beat that Rocker with the 3 exploding Pokemon, and now we're in the grass gym with Erica's gym. And we're fighting all of her Slackies, companions, friends, trainers, whatever you want to call them. These are easy battles. The only thing we have to worry about in here is some of them do have poison. And this is another gym that's actually pretty easy. If you keep Leech Life, you'll have a super effective move against all of them. You can replenish your health very easily. So look at all these, they're 1 hits. They're all 1 hits. And so as long as you outspeed, you'll go first. And for the most part, you'll knock out all of them. We do get poisoned at some point. So there's a factor we have to deal with. But nonetheless, we do handle a lot of the gym leaders in here. So the point about doing this gym right after that is, or right after we get out of Rock Tunnel, is we get 1 more move, which is going to solidify our move pool for a while in this game. So there's a decent amount of our game will be solidified, and the move pool will be solidified as soon as we play this. So I'm poisoned right now. I've actually seen some playthroughs. Like, for example, I've seen someone play through, like J-Rose 11 is one. I might have seen Scott's Thoughts use this strategy once, where you actually use poison to prevent yourself from getting other conditions like sleep or paralyze. It just gives you a little damage, but it lets you at least do the attacks without being paralyzed or put to sleep. So Body Slam is actually still doing 1 hit knockout. Oh no, it's not. So Gloom gets me poisoned 1 more time. Oh joy, Gloom. I like playing with you. You were fun. So now we have 1 more trainer, and then we take on Erica. Erica, like I said, is not difficult. If she puts you to sleep, her minions can be, I guess. So initially, I just go for the knockout with Erica, but I think she outspeeds. So we'll find out here in 2 seconds. Pretty confident she outspeeds me. And just waiting, I'm saving my state. There you go. And we're going to take on Erica. Now, Erica comes out with a victory bell. I go just straight for that. So she outspeeds me, and then I knock her out in 1 hit, but she does outspeed me and poisons me. So after this, I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm not risking it. I'm not losing this battle. I'm going to put everyone to sleep, use Spore to my advantage, prevent myself from taking extra damage on top of the poison powder damage. And so now Vileplume, I'll put Vileplume to sleep. And is Leech Life a 1 hit? No, it is not. So she would have had a chance to attack me, maybe do something else, paralyze me, I don't know. So we get the win against Erica. Right after Erica, we go right for Team Rocket Game Corner Hideout. And he pulls out Eradicate. We, take a hit, but we Eradicate the Eradicate. Zubat is stupid. One of my least favorite Pokemons I've ever played. That and Oddish have been pretty bad. So, flip the switch. Go in there. We're not going to show a lot of stuff in here, but I am going to show the battles against Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Tweedledee is... so now we can show that we have Mega Drain. Mega Drain will replenish all of our health. It's the only grass move we can really get. I think we can actually get Solar Beam, but it's 2 turns, and I don't want to risk taking that time. Plus, Mega Drain does a better job at giving you health. So Mega Drain's nice because we are grass type, and this is what's called a stab move. Same type attack bonus, so stab move. So when you do a stab move, whatever the move is, if you're the same type, you get, I think it's 1.5 times like multiplier when it comes to how much extra damage it does. So that turns a move that's 40 base power into a 60 base power move, I think. So maybe my math's wrong, maybe I've heard the wrong thing, maybe in future generations it changes, but I'm pretty confident what it is. It's 1.5 times the damage. So get a little bit more out of it. That means we get a little bit more replenishment of damage as well. So Giovanni is a pushover. Mega Drain makes all these like one-hit knockouts, replenishes all the health we need. The only one that can't one-hit with Mega Drain is Kangaskhan. And like I said before, Kangaskhan is going to be it's going to be a 2-hit knockout. I don't know if Dig would have been a 1-hit. I don't think it would have been, but we get the knockout nonetheless. Now we have our 5th rival fight. This rival fight is easy because we have Spore. We might be able to one-shot the Pidgeotto, and we do. And everything should be a 1-hit knockout here. Oh no, Execute's not a 1-hit. That's stupid. Okay, so we get the knockout with Execute after 2 hits. Gyarados, we put to sleep, and we don't have a lot of Body Slams left. That's why I'm using the moves like this. Body Slam should just be able to wreck through this team, but I only have like 2 or 3 left. So I gotta get to the healing pad in here before I can actually do anything else with it. So Gyarados is knocked out. We have Slash we can learn. We ignore it. We don't need it. We don't need it. It's not going to come in handy at all. So Mega Drain will get half the health. And like I said, we just keep replenishing our health. I love it. Dig knocks him out. And then Charmeleon, we should go for this. We're going to go for the... Yeah, we should have just gone for Dig and just knocked him out. I was just trying to be safe than sorry. Take 1 damage. What if we miss that Dig? And then he wakes up and damages us. We can knock us out. So now we beat the Pokemon Tower. Now we're in here. Now we're fighting the Cobra Kai. So Cobra Kai has a bunch of Pokemon in here that are all fighting type. They're very easy to beat. They don't do much. And this one's trying to do the crane kick, like right in the face. It's typical Cobra Kai stuff. I'm so low to the ground that I can sweep the leg very easily. That's the good thing about Paris and Parasect. Very low to the ground. And then you got a good Dig. It's a ground moves. I love it. It's very effective against Cobra Kai. So we beat these guys. I like the fact that they have this. There's really no point in this unless you want to get a Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan. This is just to get free experience. It's a bunch of playthroughs that I've done. Playthrough is this, and you do not have any kind of you don't even have to touch this playthrough. You don't have to. I'm sorry, not playthrough. You don't have to touch this gym at all. You don't need the experience, but if you need the experience, it's a good way to get about 2 or 3 levels in one spot. Bulk. It takes about 2 minutes to run through the entire group. You don't even have to go back and heal most of the time. So now, yeah, we're good health. The only thing you have to worry about is power points. So we have 2 guys left. Cobra Kai. We're just sweeping through it. We're the Karate Kid, so to speak. And yep, and 1 more hit. Should be a knockout. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And again, go from that crane kick. Look at him. He looks like he's about to kick me in the face. And that's let's heal a little bit. And we're going to face the last guy. We don't even take the Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan. We don't have to. It's not important. It's not really important to the game. Hitmonlee, Dig. Dig is it a 1-hit or 2-hit? It's a 2-hit. Okay, well, it's a 1-hit with a Body Slam. And then Hitmonchan, which Fire Punch is probably the smart move to play. We're only 5 levels behind. It could have done a lot more. It actually gets me pretty low health for what I considered in this playthrough. So now we beat him, and we go straight to Koga's gym. Koga, I really wish I could hang on to Leech Life so I could face Koga's gym. Because, not that Leech Life would work great against Koga, but the rest of his gym, it would work fantastic. Hypno would have massive, take massive damage from Leech Life. Same with Drowsy. Earlier, we faced a Drowsy, and Leech Life pretty much took all of its health and replenished ours. This is another Drowsy, so that'd be fantastic. But in Gen 1, once you remove a move, you can't get it back. It's gone forever. So you have to kind of grit your teeth and bear it, so to speak. Beautiful masterpiece slash, it's a glorious masterpiece of imperfection is the best way I'll put and describe Generation 1. It's a glorious masterpiece of imperfection. So these fights aren't hard. The point is we want to get as many levels as we can while we can, without having to fight all these extra battles on the go. Like, for example, fighting through like all of Biker Hill, or fighting through the path from Lavender Town to Fuchsia City, for example. So there's a lot of trainers there that we skip over, we don't fight, for good reason. We don't really have to, because it's one Pokemon. With multiple Pokemon, it'd be different. You want to get as much experience you can and spread it out, but you don't have to with this. So that's why I'm getting as many fights in here as I can, because I don't want to have to go fight this other battle, so to speak. Alright, so we are paralyzed, and we completely forgot about this. I will take this moment real quick and drop my socials for you. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video if you are watching and you like it. Let me know what you think of the new layout, what do you think of the new background, what do you think of the new thumbnail. A lot of new stuff, and I actually am using a different software for the sound. Hopefully the sound is significantly better for everyone. I really do hope you like it. And yeah, let me know what you think, and then follow me on Twitter. It's JD's NerdVerse, and Instagram is JD's_nerd_verse. Really helps when people follow on there. I really like to get engaged with, like, not just Pokemon, but I talk about a lot of movies, TV shows, video games, so on and so forth. So be nice if people participate. I'd really enjoy that. And I also want to give shout outs to some YouTubers that I watch. I watch JRose11. That's probably the one I watch the most. Scott's Thoughts is one for sure I like. I also watch a lot of my dry bread. I hope he's doing hell. Get well, buddy. And those are the main ones I watch for Pokemon. There's a couple other ones out there. I think it's Van Man and Kangaskhan Dad. Kangaskhan Dad or something like that. Kangaskhan, I don't know. I'll look it up later. I'll make sure I'll make sure I give him credit later appropriately. And yeah, so now we're fighting Koga. So put him to sleep, use Dig. Put him to sleep, use Dig. That's the strategy here. And Weezing can suck because Weezing has Explode or Self-Destruct. So Dig is helpful, but we also put him to sleep, so that's helpful too. So it makes the gym very trivial and not very difficult at all. Yeah, it's Van Man. I have to make sure I have the right one. So and now we're fighting our rival. This rival battle is tricky because one, Pidgeot outspeeds us. Okay, Wing Attack is a very effective move because it's flying type. However, using Spore, we put him to sleep, and we still have, like I said, we still have the move Mega Drain. Mega Drain will help us because we can replenish our health against either Gyarados or against Rhyhorn if he has it. Right now he doesn't have a Rhyhorn, but we can replenish a lot of our health that way. So we can replenish a great deal of health. Not to mention because we have Charizard coming up, and Charizard can knock us out very quickly. He has a lot of good, I won't say good speed, but he has good speed, and he outspeeds us, so he will go first. I don't think at this point he quite has Flamethrower, but he does have some pretty good moves, and he's still fire type, so what we do will not affect him. Ember, look how much Ember did. And yeah, we're not, that's not even his best move. It's not even Flamethrower yet. So look how powerful that is. So we gotta find a way to get around that to get through our rival later. But now we fight Giovanni, who the contrast where our rival can be difficult because, typing and speed, the exact opposite happens here with Giovanni. Giovanni is not super difficult because I think 2/3 of his, or at least 2 of his Pokemon give us the ability that if we take any damage, we can replenish health. And the last 2, I think, or at least the last one of the last 2 can replenish all of our health because, and Mega Drain, okay. We don't even have to use Mega Drain for that. We could have just used Body Slam. But the Rhyhorn always gives us a chance to replenish our health. So that's very good. And then Nidoqueen gives us a chance also, as well. She's not that big a deal. She has Poison Sting, so that's kind of scary if you're not able to put her to sleep. But putting her to sleep is just overpowered in Gen 1, and I would like to say I like to play through once without using Spore. But that kind of defeats the spirit of what this Pokemon has or does. That's just what he does. He uses Spore. That's part of his thing. He's the only Pokemon that really can get Spore that I'm aware of. So now we are fighting Misty or Sabrina and her whip, and the Kadabra goes down on the first hit. Spore puts him to sleep. Dig. It's a 1-hit knockout. I think we lose the first time. Venomoth, you can actually use Dig on, which is the dumbest thing ever. It is literally it's just like Butterfree. You can't use Dig on Butterfree. But Venomoth, you can use Dig on. So Dig does half damage. Psywave doesn't do nothing. And we need one more attack, but Psybeam knocks us out. So this attack, we didn't use a lot of sleeping. We didn't use Spore to our advantage very well. So I reload and I try this one more time. Because I think that we can actually beat her. I think we can beat her if we just use Spore and don't risk taking too much damage. So we get a 1-hit knockout on Kadabra. We get, I think it's a 3-hit knockout. We might get 2. If we use Dig, it's 2. Yeah, okay, it's 2-hit knockout. We have no damage taken so far. Leech Life does a little bit. Oh, not a 1-hit. But Body Slam gets the knockout, and we still have 106 health, which is way more than we had the last time we faced Alakazam. So now I'm not going to put it to risk. We're going to put the thing to sleep. We're going to use Body Slam. Okay, so now we need one more hit. We outspeed because he's paralyzed. We get the knockout. We beat Sabrina. Then we move on to Blaine. Blaine can be tricky. And the reason why Blaine can be tricky is because we are 4 times weak to him. With Bug and Grass being our typing, he is very effective in beating us. So it's very tricky. I think we actually added... yeah, we did. We added Swords Dance to this. So Spore knocks him out. We do 3 Swords Dances. At least that's the goal. Try to do 3. And Blaine does a retroactive potion, which is stupid. So now we do Spore again. Just keep him asleep. And we should be able to use Body Slam knockout. Very good. Ponyta, Body Slam is a knockout. Very good. Rapidash, Body Slam. It's a 1-hit knockout. We almost got Fire Spin, though. I hate that move. Body Slam is a 1-hit knockout. Very good. We set that up perfectly. Got a little bit lucky that they didn't hit the Fire Spin, but we'll take it. Now we're on to Giovanni. Giovanni, just like every other Giovanni fight in this run, is a pushover. 3 of his 5 Pokemon, I think he has 5 on this, are Grass or Ground type. So Body Slam or Mega Drain will be a 1-hit knockout very easily. And just to be safe, because I know how it can be, I go ahead and set up a Swords Dance or 2, just so I can 1-hit the rest of the Pokemon, 1-shot them. And go ahead and hit Body Slam, and we get the knockout. We should get a knockout against Nidoking. And then Mega Drain should knock out, well, we did lose the Badge Boost, but it shouldn't matter against Rhydon. So we get the knockout here. So really all we're down to now is we're down to our rival fight, and then we have the Elite Four. This is a tough rival fight. If you listen to if you saw the last one, we don't outspeed the Pidgeot. The Pidgeot will at least get an attack on us, so we're already starting with a little bit of less health. We got to set up Swords Dance so that we can outspeed other Pokemon. And we do outspeed still, so that's good. And we don't need any more Swords Dances. Body Slam. Not even a 1-hit. That's what's crazy about that. It's not even a 1-hit. So Mega Drain will replenish our health. So that's good. But now we have Execute, which we should just put to sleep. Yep. I think Body Slam would be a 1-hit on Execute regardless. Yeah. And then Gyarados, which if we still had any more damage, we could use Gyarados as a way to replenish some health. We are a Grass type. It is a Water type Pokemon. And we get the knockout. So now we're down to the last 2. And then there were 2. Alakazam. Psychic doesn't do a whole lot. And what I should have done here was... I hit the wrong button. I think I might have been going for Dig or something. What I should have done there is use Mega Drain and replenish my health. Flamethrower is a 1-hit. So we get knocked out. Level 58, we get knocked out. So now we're going to try this again. I think a little bit better luck, and if a little bit of management of moves, just use Mega Drain, get full health. I might be able to tank that last Mega Drain. I think the biggest problem actually is, I don't think I mentioned, leveling up undoes all the badge boosting I do right here. So that's probably the bigger issue that happened with this battle. And now Pidgeot still outspeeds me. So there's the other issue. So that's kind of the problem I have. Is in the middle of this battle, I keep leveling up. And it levels me up right before the 2 strongest Pokemon our opposition has, an Alakazam and Charizard. And the problem with that is our attack's still high, but we don't outspeed anymore. We lose the speed boost. We also lose our defensive boost. Whereas Charizard keeps doing attacks on us, and he gets a one hit because our defense isn't high enough. Whereas with our boost, defense is high enough. So now we're actually at full health. Going in Alakazam again. He uses Psychic. He does a lot of damage. So now I'm trying the actual strategy of using Mega Drain to replenish my health. I'm not going to get enough health, unfortunately. But it is enough to get the knockout. He does recover. That's awesome. He does give us a chance to get a little more health, but we don't get this victory. And I know, and that's because Charizard still outspeeds us. He still outspeeds us, gets the knockout. So what are we going to do here? My tactic is, let's add a couple more rare candies. We're so close. It's very close. We also need to be a little less rushy. We're trying to rush it and just use Spore and take your time. Swing attack does a lot of damage there. We're going to set up Sword Dance. I think we're just going to use Body Slam. Just knock it out in 2 hits. We can set up Swords Dance on another Pokemon, actually. So, Wing Attack almost knocks us out. Rhyhorn will replenish health, don't get me wrong. A lot of it. But not enough. And now we're going to use Spore again. Like I said, Execute isn't being a problem. We got to use that last Swords Dance that we need. And then Body Slam. So I gave 1 rare candy in this battle to prevent us from leveling up in the middle of battle. So that was the goal here, was to give that 1 rare candy, prevents us from leveling up. And we knock out Gyarados. We still have a lot of health. But is it enough to knock out? So we get lucky here, and Alakazam uses Recover rather than Psychic. So now we can use Mega Drain, replenish our health. Body Slam should get the knockout. And now we have Charizard. So we go for Spore. We tank a Flamethrower because our defense is still high. So that's how we had to win this battle. I gave a rare candy to Hilton right before the battle, which stopped us from leveling up in the battle. We level up at the end of the battle. Now we're facing Lorelei. Here comes the Elite Four. Let's do this. So Dugong, we're actually weak to them. It's Ice. But we put him to sleep. We initiate the badge boost by using Swords Dance. Swords Dance does a great job of doing a lot of good stuff here. And Dugong does not want to stay asleep. I think it's just trying to use up all of our power points. And then Mega Drain. It's a 2-hit knockout, which will replenish all of our health. I really didn't need to use Mega Drain for that. I could have just used Mega Drain on Cloyster, but I figured safe than sorry. Mega Drain's to knock out again. Slowbro is, I don't want Slowbro to use Amnesia and keep getting its health back, so this will be a 1-hit. Now, we don't outspeed the Jinx, so Jinx gets an Ice Punch on us. Very scary, because you can get frozen right there. And it does so much damage. And now, if we don't outspeed the Lapras or miss, we could get hit by the Lapras's Blizzard, but we get the win. Bruno's up. We don't talk about Bruno very much. He's a very easy fight. If I had to do this again, I'd think a little bit more. Just take 2 seconds and set up 2 Swords Dance to sweep the team. However, the tactics which we use in this battle are pretty good. We don't have to... See, I thought about it. I thought about doing that. I'm like, you know what? We don't need to do this. I don't know why I just didn't just use Swords Dance. It would have just guaranteed the victory a little bit faster. It might have taken a couple seconds to set up. But the other, the next things would have gone through just great. Now you got to watch out for Hitmonchan, because Hitmonchan has Ice Punch. Or Fire Punch, in this case. Or Ice Punch, too. Yeah. So you can get hit with that. Now Hitmonlee. Use Body Slam. And one more time. Very good. Replenish any health we need with Onyx. Mega Drain. So 1-hit knockout. Very good. And Machump, Machad, whatever you want to call it. Spore, put him to sleep. We outspeed. You're getting outspeed by a little bug. Body Slam. Nope, Mega Drain. Mega Drain. So we got through 2 of the gym leader, or the Elite Four members. Now, Agatha took some strategy here. This is first time victory, too. So Agatha, we got rid of Body Slam and taught Mimic. The reason why we taught Mimic, we have a sleeping move. We have a move that can put someone to sleep. And look how much damage that did. This is why we had to use Spore and this tactic to win. So now we're going to Mimic Dream Eater. Since we have a move that can put someone to sleep, we can Mimic Dream Eater. It'll replenish our health. And it's really the only move we have that can attack the opposition. And I use Mega Drain because I don't know why. I think it's just because I'm not trying to use all the power points for Mega Drain. So I need to put him back to sleep. We get confused now. Confusion's awesome. I love it. I don't like it at all. And now we use Dream Eater, replenish all of our health. It doesn't really remove our status condition. However, And now we're just going to badge boost a little bit. We'll get our attack up, get our speed up. Gonna put him back to sleep. And we're going to knock him out with Dream Eater. Very good. So now Haunter. We're fighting Haunter. We've got to put Haunter to sleep first. We get the Dream Eater. It should be a one-hit knockout. We're going to do one more. The last final Swords Dance that we need. Knock it out. Very good. And it should be one more or two more Pokemon. Arbok. And it should be a one-hit as long as we get Dream Eater off. Yep, one-hit knockout. And now the last one is Gengar. Spore. Very good. And we use Dream Eater. And it should be a one-hit. It is a one-hit. Very good. The next Pokemon takes a little bit similar tactic. We got first Pokemon we fight, we got to take a move from. So now we're facing Lance and his Gyarados. That's the first Pokemon. Tactic. Put him to sleep first. We're going to take a little bit of damage. But now we can use the badge boost. Make sure we outspeed. So now we outspeed Gyarados. Very good. So we'll go first. And we're going to put him back to sleep one more time. He woke up again. Put him back to sleep. Oh, stays asleep this time. Thank God. And now we're going to mimic Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam gives us the ability, with our badge boost enabled, we should have the ability to knock out every Pokemon that we come across. We have just enough power points to knock out everyone. Oh, we have plenty of power points to knock out everyone. So I got kind of cute here. I thought it would be a great idea. Just, hey, let's just replenish our health right here. Not thinking that this isn't the same type of AI we're dealing with. So the last trainer we're considered poison. So Psychic's good against poison. So they would consistently use agility. And so I could just, let them use agility all day, and I could just use Mega Drain and replenish my health. So we one-shot everyone pretty much. We one-shot the entire team other than the one we tried to heal on. So now we're on to the champion. The champion is, it can be tough. We need the same tactic we did to win the last one is the same tactic we're going to have to try to use here. Pidgeot will outspeed us. So we need to put him to sleep very quick. And Wing Attack does a lot of damage. So we're going to initiate the badge boost with Swords Dance. It's the same tactic I've used, but it's effective. One more time. And then we have a new move, Double Edge, that we replace Mimic with. Because there's nothing from this opposition we can Mimic. So Double Edge will do a lot of damage. We don't outspeed, but we do tank a Psybeam pretty sweetly. And we're going to use Mega Drain to replenish our health. And we got to get one more Mega Drain in, I think, and we'll beat him. Now we can Double Edge, not use a lot of damage. That's good. Now, Rhydon will replenish all of our health. At least he should replenish most of it. Yep, 100%. All of our health. Now, Executor, Double Edge. We do have a way to replenish a little bit more health after this. We have Gyarados. We outspeed Gyarados. So we should be able to just use Mega Drain, replenish our health. And we need one more. I wish I could have just changed the move. I wasn't paying attention. And use Dragon Rage, which is annoying. So I'm just going to do that. I kind of wish he'd heal him so I could heal myself. So now we're going to Charizard with a good bit of health, 150 health. He uses Fire Spin. It's like the dumbest move ever, and I hate this move. He could keep doing that if he keeps hitting it, but he missed. We use Double Edge to get the win. We win the game with Parasect. Level 68. 2 hours and 19 minutes and some seconds. We get the timer here in 2 seconds. So just give me one moment. Get the timer here. And once we get this timer, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be great. And yeah, here we go. Getting this timer. It's going to be just under 2 hours and 20 minutes. And 2 hours and 20 minutes. So I'm going to pause it right there. Yeah, we get the win. It's fantastic. It's very good. It's exactly what we want to do. We want to get the win in this situation. It's a good time for as many struggles as I have with this Pokemon. I don't go off playtime. I've gone over that before. I don't. But I actually really enjoyed this battle. Paris definitely has some deficiencies, but at least he has some good moves, and we could find some good strategies to win the game. That's it for this video. I want to thank everyone for watching. This has been JD's NerdVerse. I want to thank everyone for watching and chiming in. Please comment down below what you think of the video. What do you think of all the new stuff? I have a new thumbnail design I think looks fantastic. I have the new layout on the videos I think looks good with the prediction followed by the actual gameplay. It adds a little bit more time to it, but I think it's nice. And also, what do you think of the actual gameplay with the background and just more of the gameplay committed to the screen? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank everyone for watching, and have a good one. See you.